In my hardcore Minecraft world so far, I've transformed the end into the overworld, I've transformed the nether into the overworld, I've transformed an ocean monument, and I've even transformed the overworld into the nether. So today, there's clearly only one thing we can do next. And that's melons, baby! Woo! In this video, I built a mansion out of melons in my hardcore Minecraft world, and it looks amazing. And as always, this video took a long time for me to make, so I have to ask, if you do go on to enjoy today's video and you want to see more just like this, please consider subscribing and join the WadZee army. We're trying to take over YouTube this year, but we can't do it without your help. And if you are already subscribed, leaving a like helps out too. Anyway, enjoy the video. G'day guys, my name is WadZee and welcome back to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. Today is going to be another episode of pointless building. We're gonna build something pointless today, just like last episode where we built this giant nether biome in the overworld. One of my favorite builds I've ever done. I mean, look at this monster. It's so cool. But anyway, today's episode is going to be really focused on melons, which makes it absolutely perfect to get started by planting another 200 melons to our melon farm and just making it even bigger. Damn, it's kind of depressing when I have to dig out stone in order to plant my melons. All right, and there we go. Finally, we've planted another 200 melons to the melon farm for today. And that's going to come in handy because for this video, we're going to need a lot of melons. Damn, I'm actually so impressed with this farm now. It's starting to look ridiculous. So what I actually want to do in today's video is I want to build a mansion out of melons, out of mostly melons. So in order for us to be able to do that today, we're going to need a better way of collecting melons. So to start off with, we're going to make a very special tool. All right, so we're looking to make a melon harvesting axe. We've got 131 levels and we're looking for silk touch. So let's put these levels to good use. Come on, we've got to get silk touch sometime soon, surely. Ooh, fortune. Unfortunately, that's not what we need. Efficiency 4 book though, we will take that because that'll help us create, you know, the perfect axe.
2,000 years later.
There we go. Silk touch on a book works. Then we can just go ahead and no, our axe got, actually that's fine. We can just re-enchant it. But our axe got fortune and you can't have both fortune and silk touch on a thing. Again, fortune, what is with you? Oh, and then we get the silk touch and the efficiency on the axe. And then all we will be missing is Unbreaking 3. That's all we really want from this thing. We have an Unbreaking 3 book in here. Nope. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna re-enchant my diamond axe and hope to get efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3. And then I'll just use the silk touch book we already got to add silk touch to it. So let's give this another shot. I mean, is that not the perfect diamond axe? What? So I added the efficiency 4 book and I went and bought a mending book to put on it as well. And finally, you guys can stop asking me to put silk touch on an axe. Oh, that's incredible. Oh, this is so great. This is awesome. All right, so now that we have the melon killer, what I actually want to do just for fun is do my best to harvest this entire melon farm here and see just how many melons we get. Well, yeah, let's get to work. And for the first time ever in the existence of this melon farm, let's harvest the entire thing. I'm going to do my best to get every single melon here. I've only dug up this much of the farm, already filled up a shulker box. That's ridiculous. Also, I can try my hardest to, you know, harvest this whole thing, but it's only gonna grow back. It's always gonna grow back faster than I can get rid of it all. All right, that is now almost 2 shulker boxes full of melons. So after harvesting my giant melon farm that I have right here, we managed to get 1, 2, pretty much 3 shulker boxes full of melons, which would not surprise me if that is more than what we need for today. If we do need more, as you can see, it's going to be absolutely no issue because these melons grow back ridiculously fast. The next order of business though, we need to decide where we're going to be building today's giant melon mansion. And I'm thinking I want to keep it close to the melon farm. So whether I do it like just here or just out this way slightly. I'm thinking, yeah, probably out here in this nice flat area here. This is like a nice spot to build a giant mansion. Yeah, this is so flat. I'd be stupid to not build it just right here. All right, look, this area is mostly flat and I shouldn't really have to dig up the terrain, but I am always in need of some extra dirt. So I'm just going to take off one layer. So I've created a bit of an area. It's, you know, it's kind of big. But for now, I need to actually go collect a few more blocks because despite what you may think, we're not only going to be building out of melons today. I want to actually make this mansion look good. And the first thing, which will be a main component in our build today, is jungle wood. And I actually have a lot of jungle wood saved up. So jungle wood is no problem. And another block I kind of like for this is just andesite. Polished andesite makes a cool block. It's like a good stone block. I'm sure we can incorporate somewhere. So now that we had our 3 main blocks for this build, andesite, jungle wood, and of course melons, it was time that we got to work and started building. Alright, so the very first step before we can start building this mansion is we need to lay down a bit of a blueprint, kind of a design, if you will, on what this sucker is gonna look like. I've been doing plenty of outline work and I think it's actually finally time we started building this thing up. So we're definitely going to need to go get some more, but the very first thing we're going to do is add a layer here of andesite. All right, and there you go. We've now made a killer front veranda or front porch to our mansion. I'm really not great at building houses, and trying to make a mansion of all things, it's going to be definitely a challenge. So here's what we've built so far. We've got a nice solid foundation, and now I think it's time we started building out of mostly melons and we started building up some walls. Yet another progress update. All the work I'm doing on this mansion so far is just on the front. This has taken a lot of effort and I've been playing around with it heaps to make it look good. But as I fly up, you'll see we got a lot to go. I've really only done this, but I've made this awesome balcony up top here, which is really cool. And I've got a nice wide doorway. For now, I think I really need to start just focusing on just building these walls up and just getting a whole bunch of mass and then worrying about the details later on. What is this? My melon mansion is under attack. We must retaliate. Get away from my melons. Die. Leave me alone. And temporarily, as a sign to keep these monsters away, we've got that banner. Actually, that might just stay there permanently. That's pretty cool, actually. All right, now I need to drink some milk, though, before I accidentally go start a raid at my base. Alright, let's get back to work. Now that I had once again secured the mansion, I spent a few more minutes trying to build up the walls. At this point, just trying to get the height and size of the mansion before I worry about any of the finer details. I've added our first layer of wall all around the outside for this mansion. But for now, as you can see, we've got all these walls, but no windows. And I mean, you can't have a mansion without windows. So I figured because some of my tools are quite low on durability, we'd take a break from building for a moment. And I'm actually going to take a quick trip over to the end, repair all my tools, and then we might actually go collecting some glass. All right, and now all I need is a bunch of this glass, and now I might be in trouble. Obviously, I want to stain all this glass to be green, but this is my cactus farm here, and it hasn't really grown much. Oh, wait, we got some green dye here. I mean, 32 lime dyes. That might get us a fair bit of stained glass. That's 4 stacks. And then when I turn it into panes, that would be even more. But do I want it to be panes? Ah, I see. So glass can't connect. Okay, well that decides it. Looks like we're going to be going with the glass blocks. And there we go. That's our mansion now with some windows. Really doesn't make it look all that much better. Alright, I've now added my windows to the whole first layer of our wall. I haven't done the backside yet because I don't really know how I'm gonna decorate that. For the moment though, what I'm actually thinking is maybe I'll just get started on the second layer of the wall. This mansion is kind of starting to come together. And actually, I'm going to take a break from building for a second because I want to go collect a new block. That's right. We're going to add a new block to the build. Looks like I'm going to have to collect some more melons as well while I'm at it. All right, but the block I'm actually after is some lime terracotta or some green terracotta, I guess. So I'm just going to take off, dig up a bunch of clay. All right, we don't have the most green terracotta, but we have enough to get started. The next step I want to work on is getting the shape of our roof because it's actually going to be really complex. I'm actually kind of a little bit worried about this. So this is what I needed the green terracotta for. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so that makes a good block to fill in like under our roof in those little triangles there. Because there's so much shape to this mansion, it's really hard to make a roof and have it look good. I am struggling. I can't lie. I've added all these panels here to disrupt just like a straight across roof. So these will be all little windows that peek out through the roof. And now I can really start focusing on just filling in this roof and placing all my stairs. That's the roof I've managed to build so far. I'm in desperate need of some more blocks though, so I'm gonna have to stop there for now, but you can see it's really starting to take shape. Like, I'm super happy with how this is looking from the front. I'm gonna have to put a lot of effort in to, you know, make the sides and back look good later on, but for now, the facade, the front of our mansion is looking absolutely unreal. And then I went on a journey to get some more blocks. Firstly, to my mesa biome to dig up a bunch of terracotta, as well as collect some cacti for green dye. I also cut down a few more jungle trees because I was going to need a lot of jungle wood stairs for this roof. And hey, while I'm at it, if you're enjoying the video so far, maybe consider subscribing. Or don't. I don't know. I'm not your dad. All right, I've stocked back up on blocks. I'm feeling good and I am ready to get back to the grind. Okay, quick update on the roof. It is looking incredible. I love this build. It has been super challenging and you wouldn't believe how much time I've spent on this because it's so fiddly. I think I've spent like 5 hours just to build this so far. Like, I'm going to be at this for so long, but damn, it looks awesome. Next, I think I'm going to have to start figuring out what this roof is going to look like from the side though, which will be a little challenging. All right, now just to translate everything I did on the other side to this side over here, make sure everything's symmetrical. All right, it's time for another roof update. We've got the front, that's still all the same, but now we have done the sides. Now that I've done the front and the sides, I really need to focus on fixing up the back of this build. As you can see, this is like super plain. So what I want to do is go around, add some more shapes to it, make it just more interesting. So at first, the back of this build looked a little something like this, and as you can see, it's really boring. It only had a few angles and was mostly flat, but I managed to fix this by changing up the shape and adding a few more boxes and angles, and it's changes like these that can really make the difference when building houses in Minecraft. It really does look better. So I've just finished fixing up the shape of the back of this mansion a little bit, and that way now when we do our roof, it'll stop us from just having to make our roof go straight across. Let me go get my roof blocks, and once we finish off this roof, we'll be so close to done. It'll just be a matter of really decorating these walls and putting as much detail as I can on them. The roof was by far our biggest mission for this build yet. It took hours for me to get it right, and it probably shouldn't have. Most of the time was just spent staring at the roof, trying to figure out what would make sense, but I'm no trained architect. I'm literally just an idiot that plays Minecraft, so every single part was puzzling. This roof is an absolute mess. Like, I don't know what the hell is going on with it, but we're at the stage now where we just have to cover it over. The roof is finally done, at least sort of. As I fly over the top here, you can see it's an absolute mess. It's absolute chaos, but the whole thing is covered over now. The only thing I want to change now is on the sides here. I want to add another bit of a peak, another bit of a triangle kind of coming out from here. Yeah, that's looking a whole lot better. Compare this side here to this side over here. Like, it's just so straight across and boring. So yeah, let's change it up. So now for the rest of the video, I am fully done making any changes to this roof whatsoever. Now we can move on and start working once again on the walls. Alright, so first change I want to make, I want to add another balcony in this corner here and over there as well. Now we've added 2 more balconies to the front of this thing, and that honestly adds so much. Like, that looks so good with that touch. But now I'm going to carry on and do the exact same thing to the sides. And next step, we need to start going around and putting in some more windows again, because yeah, there's a lot of spots where we don't have windows. So with the windows all in now, we can move on to the next step, which is fixing up these walls. Although they do kind of they do look fine. Like, the walls are very plain, but like, this mansion already looks sick. I feel like with just some minor changes, we can make it, we can take it to that next level. So to improve the walls, I put all my focus in the jungle wood at the top of the walls, because I felt there was a lot of potential for improvement there. I started with placing stairs and slabs in a very basic way around the entire perimeter of the build on every wall, but once I'd done that, it was time to get adventurous. Alright, so at this layer now, I've added this extra, I don't even know how to describe it, but this extra layer of detail. I think it definitely looks better. It's not like the most obvious change. It does look really good, but there still is a few other spots we can do it on, like the next layer. For example, here, I feel like we can add some detail. I'm not quite done, but we're getting there, and it's looking good. Just quickly. All right, let's do a side-by-side comparison. Does that look better than the other side? Got a little something something sticking out there, and you got nothing there. I mean, it's actually pretty subtle. Like it doesn't change a lot, but when you look closely, you realize there's definitely a lot more effort and detail put into it. I could easily just end the video now, but I'm trying to push myself and get better at building. That's really all that matters. All right, once again, let's see. Am I making improvements or am I making it look worse? You're looking at that, or you're looking at that. Okay, that one is a definite improvement. That definitely looks better. This is by far the best like house mansion I've ever built in Minecraft. Now, I could definitely continue spending hours making the tiniest changes to this build, making it look better and better, but just to make my melon mansion go from this to this took multiple hours. So I figured at this point it was good enough and I'd just add one final thing for today. The other thing is the lighting. This place has been an absolute mob farm. Mobs have been spawning all over this place, and getting some good exterior lighting would be good. And if we're going to be messing around with lighting, we're going to need a heck of a lot of torches. And now I'd like to turn all these torches into lanterns if I can. Damn, this mansion looks good. Yeah, this is a great build. I'm proud of this one. All right, and now what I thought I could do with these lanterns is create these like lamp posts. And I think that might look a little cooler than just a single torch. I mean, torches are definitely easier and they do the trick, but they're just so ugly. Even if all these lanterns aren't like effectively lighting this area up at the moment, it does look good. I actually really like those lanterns. That adds something that I didn't know it needed. So yeah, I went around the rest of the mansion with my lanterns, and finally, that was it. Now, obviously, got to address the elephant in the room, and that's the elephant-sized hole, which is the interior of this build. It took me so long to do the exterior and all the walls that I decided I would leave all the inside for a future episode. So if you want to see me transform the inside of this build into an actual mansion with walls in the future, make sure to subscribe. But while you're at it, make sure to also let me know what I should build next. If you enjoyed today's video, and if you liked today's build, make sure to leave a like on this video to let me know. And now finally I can say I built a giant mansion out of melons in hardcore Minecraft. Cheers.